Hello everyone. I received many requests from students to help them determine if they are left brain or right brain dominant. For those of you who cannot afford to do the online test on my websites, www.braineducenter.com or www.alanoniaeducation.com.au, I will explain in detail the different characteristics of left brain and right brain students. All characteristics will not lie on one side or the other. There will be characteristics from both sides. It would be best if you determined the dominant side. If you are homolateral, you will have the most characteristics on one side. If you are bilateral, you will still have the most on one side, but there will be more characteristics on the other side than in the homolateral stage. If you are integrated, you will use both brain halves. Therefore, your characteristics may even be 50-50. I divided the characteristics into subcategories. Let the learning begin. Friendships are significant. The left brainers usually have few friends. They have 1 to 3 excellent friends whom they will trust with personal information. The right brainers are friends with everyone. They love to interact with others, and they hate to be alone. They always want to be part of a big group of friends. Now you need to choose a side, left or right. If you think you are right brain dominant, but you prefer only one or a few friends, you will have to look at the other dimensions. We have the lateral dimension, left versus right, the focus dimension, front versus back, and the central dimension, outside versus inside, but this becomes too complicated for this video. To recap, a left brain usually only has a few friends, and a right brainer is friends with the whole world neighborhood. When coloring in, the left brainers will use realistic colors. Neatness is essential to them, and they would not want to go over the lines. They will take time and make sure they color in everything. The right brainers will be the ones who will use many different colors, sometimes very unrealistic colors for that matter. It will not be detrimental to them if they go over the lines. They will start to rush towards the end and even leave some parts blank or white, for that matter. This brings us to the drawing of pictures. Left brainers do not love drawing as much as the right brainers do. The right brainers process a degree of artistry, and they love doing art. The left brainers do not mind art, but it is not their passion in life. The more they work on their creativity, the more artistic they become, but it does not come naturally unless God's talent is received at birth. Now let us move on to what they wear. Left brainers choose clothes that fit together. They are always neat in appearance, and they usually have well-groomed hands. The right brainers will wear clothes, even if they do not fit. Be careful because your mom plays a crucial role here. If you have a mother like me, I will be very strict about what you wear because I am a left brain mother. The right brainers love playing outside, and they will sometimes have filthy hands. Let us focus on the progress reports. Left brainers usually excel in maths unless they have an auditory hindrance. They also love science and have strong language skills. The right brainers do not find maths easy. They are holistic students, meaning they can look at a math problem and immediately answer, but they have no clue about the steps involved. Unfortunately, they need to provide the steps in a test or exam. Right brainers like the experimental part of science. They do not love languages, and if they can choose between doing tenses or writing an essay, they will rather choose the essay. Unfortunately, the essay will have many tense and spelling errors, although it will have great imaginative information. The left brainer is very detail-oriented, and the right brainer does not prefer detail. They need to see the big picture to understand information. That is why mind maps work well with the right brainers. This brings us to stress management. The left brainers stress more than the right brainers. Their stress levels are usually high because of the demand they place on themselves. The stress levels of the right brainers are usually low. There are only a few things in life that really bother a right brain student. Creativity lies more on the right side of the brain. The right brainers are much more creative than the left brainers, which is a good thing. The right brainers are the future entrepreneurs, and the more creative they can be, the more successful they will be one day. The right brainer thinks in pictures, shapes, forms, patterns. That is why stories and sketches work well with the right brainers. If they study human biology, for instance, They need to start with the sketches first. The left brain student is the realistic, logical, analytical, critical student who needs to obtain good creative thinking because it will help them a lot in future endeavors after school. They do not need pictures to study. They need to see the words. Mind maps can be very confusing for the left brainer. I will teach you in a later video exactly how the left brainer's mind maps should look. Let us look at music. To the left brainer, music is not that important. We all love music, but if there is no music in the background, it will not bother the left brainer that much. The right brainer loves music. They need their music like I need my coffee. They can literally not live without music. Time management comes naturally to the left brainer. They are future-orientated. They are usually not procrastinators unless the lateral dimension and the foot dominance is on the same side of the body. They can plan, and they usually start with a project as soon as they receive it, but oh boy, that is not the case with the right brainers. They are here and now people. Future is not important. Here and now is important. Suppose you ask a right brainer to wish for anything, they will mostly wish for something they need here and now. It rained for many days on end, and I evaluated this boy. I asked him if he could make one wish, any wish, what would he wish for? He wished for the rain to stop, not for $1 million or more wishes, nope, just for the rain to stop. They are not good with planning. They will get home after school and see they have no homework, they would not even think twice about the project that is due next week. They usually remember the project when the teacher asks them about it or remember the day before it is due, and then everyone in the house has to spark to help finish that project on time. They often forget to do homework, especially if they did not write it down. They need to be taught time management. They need routine in their lives. They hate it with a passion, but they need it. Now, let us look at storytelling. The left brainer will tell a realistic, logical story with detail. The right brainer will tell an unrealistic, creative story. Left brainers are not all that much into board games. They prefer crossword puzzles and puzzles if they have to choose something. Right brainers love board games. Try never to make the right brainer the banker in Monopoly because they are very sneaky in games. The right brainers are actually very good with puzzles because they can see the shape and the big picture much easier than the left brainer, but they hate sitting still for too long. Building puzzles never last for too long. Now let us look at dancing. The right brainer has a natural feel for dancing. They have a built-in rhythm. They will try to dance without even knowing what the correct steps are. The left brainer needs to know exactly how before they want to try it in front of other people. They prefer lessons. Right brainers can dance, even without lessons. Left brainers are very good at solving problems. They work systematically through the problem and find the answers. The right brainers are not set on solving problems. They are not set on problems. Period. For the left brain, it is essential to read without mistakes. They will read, word for word, what is given to them, trying to make no mistake. The right brainer wants to impress by the reading speed. The faster they can read, the happier they feel, even if they add their own words or version to the story. Now, in sport, the left brainer is very focused on the technique. The right brainer is naturally sporty. They love moving, therefore, they love the sport. A left brainer prefers to have a specific place for everything in their rooms. Their rooms tend to be neater than that of the right brainers. Sometimes a left brainer's room will also be untidy, but they will have a good idea of finding what. It is actually crucial for the left brainer to have a neat room because untidiness robs them of productivity. The right brainer does not need to have a specific place for everything in their rooms. They can literally work well in chaos. Untidiness will not rob them of productivity. They usually need help to be productive in any case. I made 2 videos about the study space, one for the left brainer and one for the right brainer. You will find useful information in those 2 videos. I will add the links to the videos in the description of this video. Even school suitcases can tell you many stories. Left brainers will have specific places for specific subjects. Here the mommy plays a crucial role again. If your mom still packs the bags, or if she showed you how to pack your bag according to the left brain way, you need to ignore this characteristic then altogether if you are trying to determine if you are left or right brain. With needlework, the left brainer will usually work with a pattern, and they want to know exactly how everything works. The right brainers will actually try to make their own patterns. They will invent new ideas and styles. If we look at daydream, the right brainers usually sit and daydream about many unrealistic things. If a left brainer daydreams, it is usually about something real, and it will not happen very often. This brings us to the end of this video. I tried to cover as many characteristics as possible in this video to help you determine if you are right or left brain. It will help a lot if you know the answer to this question. Please like and subscribe to my channel to not miss out on all the important study tips that will follow soon. Happy studies. Annie.